Everyone, welcome to my channel. I just have a few announcements. I'm just in my PJs. It's Sunday morning. I'm about to make breakfast. My hair is a mess, so I'm just talking to you right now. But happy October 1st. It's my favorite holiday season, which is Halloween. My house is ready, and I am ready to implement all the cool stuff we're going to be doing this month. I start my new job tomorrow, and the cool thing about this job is I'm out at 5 every night. I'm no longer working 10-hour shifts. I have plenty of time to shoot out stuff every day before I eat dinner. After I eat dinner, I have room. And with the weather getting cold, I'm going to be inside. So I'm really diving into this channel. I know I implemented TikTok, but just like anything else, it's slow moving. It took me forever to build up a base on YouTube, and I'm expecting the same for TikTok. So I'm going to be putting some things on TikToks, some things on TikTok, but everything's going to wind up here on YouTube. So you're not going to miss anything on this channel, but there is going to be exclusive things that I might do on TikTok that I don't put, but it's probably going to be just random shit, nothing like super important. But since it is October 1st, I am starting my Scary Stories with Tarot tonight. I'm going to do a first one. I'm not really sure exactly how these are going to play out. This is like my trial and error tonight. I'm not going to do it like I did last year where I drew the cards and I explained and I basically pre-made up a story with you guys, because I didn't end up using those stories. I ended up creating a whole new one. So I'm going to just draw the cards and tell the story as I go, 20 minutes or less, so that I can put them on TikTok. You can't go above 20 minutes because you can split them into 2 videos, 10 minutes each. So I'm going to try to do short scary stories off the cuff. I'm not giving myself time to like pre-make a story. I'm going to do it all on the camera so you can see that I'm making these up as I'm doing them. I'm trying to also enhance my writing skills. This tests me. I'm going to try to do one a week. If I like them, I might do more, but I'm only promising one a week, and those are going to be on Saturdays. But because October 1st is Sunday, you're getting it today. So normally these will be, the Scary Stories with Tarot will be on Saturdays through this whole month. So you can count on at least 4 Halloween stories from me using tarot. Also, I'm doing kids book series. If you have children, nieces, nephews, whatever, if you're a teacher, I just did a series today, my kids dance series. There's a couple books about ballet and tap, and one story follows an African American girl, the other one follows a Hispanic girl, and the third one follows a boy who does ballet. So I tried to showcase stories about dance that don't get a spotlight, because I am a retired dancer. There is a lot of African American and Hispanic dancers that really don't get any attention, and there's a lot of male dancers that just get trashed still to this day. So I'm trying to spread some light on making that equal. So if you have kids interested in dance, or if you just want to see if they're interested in dance, these are good books. I also have another one coming up this week, a series about special needs, to help kids understand maybe if they have someone in their class or neighborhood. I believe it's 4 books. Off the top of my head, I know one book is about autism, one's about cerebral palsy, Down syndrome, and I think the last one is dyslexia, which I am dyslexic, so of course I wanted to get that out there. Again, these are kids' books talking to kids. So to help them understand why these kids struggle and help them not to be teased. So check that out. Again, those will be up all week. I have a couple more kids book series. But for you adults, I'm implementing something new. Who all you have jobs and kids, or maybe just jobs, you don't have time to read. And I know a lot of you do like audio books, just listen to it while you're driving. So I'm trying to give you something like that. I'm going to put these up on the community post, because I'm doing them on Vugaroo or whatever it's called, the voice thing. You're just going to hear my voice. There's no pictures. It's not a picture book. I'm going to try to do a couple chapters a night. So I don't know how long these will take to read. I got to keep it 20 minutes or less. I'm going to try to do 3 chapters per episode. but maybe I can only fit 2 depending on how big or long the chapters are. But I'm starting this book. I'm probably going to do the first chapter. If I feel up to it, I might do it tonight or tomorrow. But this is a proposal they can't refuse. It's a really cute book. Again, I'm sticking with, this is a Latina book. They're from Puerto Rico. They have a restaurant here, and their area isn't doing well. So they're trying to save the restaurant. They're trying to save their culture. So she hires this guy to try to help her convince her family. Long story short, it's a rom-com. You know how it goes. It's a very cute and cheeky book. I haven't read it. I am going to be. I read the reviews. It got really great reviews for a romantic story. And for the ladies, I know that you like these kind of stories coming into Thanksgiving and Christmas. So we're going to finish this out hopefully by the end of the month, maybe early December. Let's see. How many chapters? 27. So I'll figure it out. Hopefully I'll shoot out. I'll make sure that we're done by the end of the month with this book. Also, I'm going to implement this book, Why Fathers Cry at Night, a memoir in love, poems, letters, recipes, and remembrances. This is about men and fathers and their quest to showcase emotions and why they have to be so stoic and their advice for the future. So I'm going to be doing like a couple of these a night. It really depends, because some of these are short stories and they're a little bit longer, and some of them are just literal recipes that I probably won't do. Some of them are poems. So it's just a creative. It's a New York Times bestseller. I'm from New York. I've heard great things about this book. So I'm not going to read the whole thing to you. I'm going to jump around. I'm kind of giving you a teaser, but I really feel like everybody should read this book. I think we're entering an age where men need to be more free to have emotions and release them. We're causing a lot of psychological damage trying to toughen up our men and our boys, and they're men, they have to be tough. And if you're teaching your boys that, you're actually a part of the problem, not meaning to. You were taught the problem, you're teaching the problem. So this book is really opening eyes on what we're really doing to these men once they grow up and they're men. They're so emotionally stunted. They feel like they can't show any emotions, and that's not any way for anyone to live. A lot of addicts are actually men who never learned how to process their emotions because the world told them to be hard, and it all comes from their men. They're supposed to be tough. They're supposed to not cry. It all comes from that belief. It's destroying our men. So I'm fully supporting men being comfortable crying in public, being comfortable being open with their emotions without shame, without feeling less human. We're all human beings. We all have emotions. So supporting that. I'm also supporting Puerto Rico. They've been through a lot with the earthquakes over the last few years, and I'm supporting New York. Shout out to you. I'm so sorry about all the flooding. That's so fucking terrible. I can't even imagine the chaos and the crap that you guys are dealing with. I'm upstate. I'm still in the same state. As you can tell, we got gloomy, rainy weather as well. A lot of us are flooding out. A lot of our roads are closed too. So don't feel alone. We are getting flooded. Luckily for me, I'm on an incline, so all the water is going down to the lower neighborhood. Unfortunately, we're kind of like in valleys out here. So some of us are up high in the hills and some of us are in the valleys, and whoever's in the valley, they're getting flooded out. Our lakes, our rivers, our streams are overflowing. So I can only imagine how bad the city is. I know a lot of it was to do with the sewer, but we are getting a crazy amount of rain as well, which does not help. But the state is with you. I know a lot of our hotels out here are offering rooms. It's about 5-6 hour drive from you guys, but if you want to check out Syracuse rates, I know that they are giving deals to the flood victims, so check that out. I know there's a lot of uproar about the hotels surrounding the city, like skyrocketing their prices knowing that people are being evacuated. That's fucking disgusting. If you are a hotel in New York, and you are surrounding New York City and you spiked your fucking hotel rates up, I wish very bad things for your business. Because that's a scumbag fucking move. Those are your people. They have nowhere to go. Their city is filling up with water. They're losing everything. And you're raping them in hotel charges. I hope your business flops. Because nobody should fucking run a business like that. I'm so sick of this greedy fucking America. You disgust me. And for every person who is having to pay out of pocket before you get your money from your insurance, I'm very fucking sorry that this state is a grimy piece of shit. Because they're charging you, like anywhere around the city, they're upcharging everything. Fuel, bread, milk, butter, the staples. Knowing people are fleeing the city in a panic. They just care about the money. They don't care about the people. You know what? I walked through 9/11. That shit would have never flew. People would be helping each other. Not that they aren't. There's a lot of people out there helping each other. I see people out there with rakes trying to fucking rake the grate so that it sucks down the water, picking it up with their bare hands. They're walking through shit fucking water with a rake, trying to get the water out of their city. It's a tough ass job, and they're out there, and you guys are raping them and fucking everything. And I know this state is about to get hit with payouts for all these homes that are damaged, and our taxes are going to go up. Every state, get prepared. I wouldn't say the great flood is coming, but there's going to be I've predicted this. I've said it. It's coming. It is already here. Okay? The end of days is here. I'm not saying the end of human beings. I will never stand by the fact that we're all going to die. A lot of people will. Because of weather stuff, because of disease, because of war. We are in the end of a serious cycle, as in our government will fall, our country will fall, and we will have to rebuild. It has always been predicted that way. Just everybody looks at it as like we're all going to die. Like the horsemen are just going to come in and take us all to heaven. That's an illusion. That's a pipe dream they gave you to smooth it over. A lot of us will die and go to heaven, yeah. But there's going to be a lot of us left here because human beings aren't done. He didn't start this species to just wipe us off. But we need a serious attitude adjustment, and we need a serious fucking cleansing. Look at your actions to these flood victims. You deserve everything coming to you. We all do, even me. We put ourselves in this position. We put money and greed and power and status and fame and success above everything. Every person did that, whether you're famous or not. You're chasing things for money. Unless you live off-grid, I'm not talking to you, because those are the motherfuckers that actually have some gumption. I don't even live off-grid. I'm proud of those people. You got some fucking balls. That's how you should be living. That's the right way to live. This world fucked up. And unfortunately, this is the beginning. Well, not even the beginning. Like Puerto Rico, they were ripped apart with earthquakes. Japan, tsunamis. They got wiped off the map. We just don't hear about it because we're not there. But it's happening all over the world on huge giant fucking levels we can't even pay for. They're one on top of the other, and they're only going to get worse. Winter's right around the corner. Grab your asses. Because this world is going to flip fucking flop. You are going to see this winter how crazy Mother Nature is about to get. Places that don't see snow ever, you're going to see some snow. Places that aren't normally have bad snow, you might have a warm-ass winter. Or we're all about to get plain fucking dumped on down the East Coast. Like when I was a kid. The winters here aren't shit to when I was a kid. The snow every winter would be up here high to my window. I would be out of school for at least a week every winter. It was horrible. Nobody could keep up. We got dumped on. Nobody knew what to do with that much snow. And as I grew, it got less and less and less. And we're having warm ass fucking falls, warm ass winters, and we're having shitty cold summers. So our seasons are flopping. fall is now summer. Summer is like fall, and we had a cold, rainy summer. We had maybe a handful of really hot days, but August is known as the dog days. We didn't even have no dog days, maybe one or two. It's like crazy. I'm 39, just seeing from like age 4 to now. If you don't believe in global warming, you're a fucking idiot. I'm sorry. It's literally in your face. Our world is imploding. There is not enough time to save it. I'm not saying stop trying, but there isn't enough time. Like, we've done so much damage that stuff like this, it's popping off. Not just Mother Nature, but the lack of care. Look how old New York City is. They've been warned and warned and warned and warned and warned again that their system is shit. Did they implement any money to fix it? Maybe here and there. But they had a massive undertaking. They've known about the septic problems for at least a decade. They knew about the septic problems back in 9/11. They slapped a lot of stuff back together and never repaired the stuff that got blowed up, first of all. You knew... I don't care, New York. You take this up with your fucking mayor. You take this up with your government. They knew that this was going to happen. They let this happen. They let this happen to you because they're cheap fucking bastards. When a tragedy comes like this, all of you guys pour out money. You're going to get donations. New York City is going to get flooded with donations. That's what's going to pay for what they should have paid out of pocket to fix. They let this happen so that they could get money. I don't give a fuck what they tell you. You know how much money they got from 9/11? Do you know how many wires that they found already rigged in that building to make sure those buildings fell? Because those 2 planes hitting the building would not, scientifically proven on so many levels, would not have crumbled either of those towers. Those impacts to those planes did not cause the towers to crumble. Controlled explosions. And you can see it. You can see it in the footage. Why is there... the fire was spreading down the building. Yeah, not that fucking fast. You got the fire way up on the whatever floor it was, and you got explosions on the ground level. That makes no motherfucking sense. I don't care. They preset those explosions to go off. At the time, if you think about it, like this is going back, Bush was in business with Bin Laden, who became the most hunted person in this whole war. Because Bin Laden and our government made a deal. What is the most profitable business for this country? War. War is the most profitable thing this country has ever seen. War is what inspired us to get off the ground, building weapons, tanks, uniforms. They sprung the industrial revolution by needing to amplify and provide for wars. War is good business. What does Iraq and Afghanistan have most of? Oil. If you control that oil... Plus, by the way, we have massive oil in the United States. We don't need these motherfuckers. They lie to you every day. The oil in Alaska alone could supply this whole fucking country. Our country can supply our own oil. They lie to you every fucking day. You don't need their oil. It's easier. It's cheaper for them to get it from that country, for that country to pay the labor, and for them to ship it to us, whether for us to build our own oil rigs, to pay our own employees, to produce our own oil, and to ship it within because we have things like workers' rights, insurance. They don't want to pay that. They don't want to treat people with respect. They'd rather pay slave labor to get their oil ready and just ship it to them. It's all about saving money. It's all about how much can I get. New York is the worst fucking state for that. And California and Texas. And Florida. We're the biggest ones. We're the biggest fucking monsters. I don't give a fuck. I'm from here. I'm born and raised here. I'm telling you the fucking truth. I was there. My boots melted to the fucking ground. My own government helped kill all those people. I'll say that till I fucking die. Nobody believes me. There's records now that they could only seal for 10 years that are out, and still none of you get to see it. They're still burying it because they know. Why are they hunting Snowden so much? Snowden could have proved in 3 seconds what they did. That's why they want him dead. That's why he still can't come out. All this shit is over. It's public knowledge, and he still has to hide. You know? The people with the proof are dead. Buried. Look crazy. They don't give a fuck about me. They're just gonna paint me as like a crazy person who, is a conspiracy theorist. That's what they do best. They label everybody as crazy. They'll implement drugs in your system, have it found in your car. Now you're a drug addict and nothing you say is viable. They have a whole department. It's called the FBI and the CIA, who hunt people who know America's secrets and or kill and silence them. We are assassins. The FBI, the CIA, is what Kennedy was trying to shut down and why he died. The FBI went to the mob and paid the mob to take out Kennedy so that Kennedy couldn't stop their fucking program. They're bullies. We have rules to war. You can't fire unless fired upon. Do you know who does not follow those rules? The FBI. If they feel it's a threat to our country, they won't even say stop or I'll shoot. They'll just fucking shoot you. They'll bury it in paperwork. Your family won't get a dime, and no one will know the truth. They are the mob. Hello? Fuck these little peons moving drugs. The biggest mob, the biggest mafia in the United States is our own government. We pay to kill people. We pay to silence people. We wipe out countries. We go to countries and we're fucking terrorists to them. It would be so disgusting to see some of the footage from Iraq and Afghanistan of men, and Vietnam too, of men raping women in villages, just beating people up, kicking children, just because they're fucking angry at war. Are they all like that? No. But there is a lot like that. And so people look at America as tyrants, as bullies, and they are 100% true because Americans came into their village and killed them and raped them. So what would you call that? Would you call that a hero? But I'm not allowed to say the truth because I'm American. That's anti-American to tell you the truth. That we're fucking murderers. That we murder our own. That we destroy our own cities for money. It's true. And people are going to say this and nothing's ever going to get done because you're going to line up on election day and you're going to keep giving them the power. Ain't nobody in this earth has the balls to take on the government. So the problem's never going to go away. That's why the end is coming. Because ain't none of you got the balls to do what needs to be done. It's a forced tower. It's just going to eradicate you off the fucking earth. Because you're controlled by the biggest fucking evil. They want the biggest evil off the earth. And the only way to do that is to kill majority of people. Did it to ourselves because nobody listens, because we're conspiracy theorists. Because we just want anarchy, right? No. We want peace. True, honorable peace. And we want our true constitution to be correct. The FBI and the CIA needs to go. And if that don't go, we're all going. That's the last warning from God. I don't give a fuck who that scares, who that pisses off, who thinks I'm nuts. That's how you save the earth. It ain't about your carbon footprint. It ain't about how much you're fucking prepping. Get rid of the evil. And they won't have to, because I promise you, you're not going to like how they fucking do it. None of us are, including me. And I'm pissed, because I would take the government on myself, but I'd be the only one standing out there by my fucking self. So what power do I have? I have to sit here and watch everybody else be weak, and it makes me angry. And it makes me angry when I see my fucking city underwater, knowing that problem could have been fucking solved, but this is how you're going to get the money to fix it. By destroying things, people's lives, their homes. I hope nobody died in all of that. You're lucky if no one did. I'm just over it. So anyway, back to good stuff. You'll be getting some of these every night, whether it's a poem, a short story. and you'll be getting a couple episodes of this. Again, these are going to be in the community posts. Maybe I'll give you a pretty view to look at while I read. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Do you want to just hear my voice, or do you want to like a background like this while I read? Like what would be better for you for that? Also, the Scary Stories with Tarot are coming at you at least once a week. I'm going to be doing readings every night, Monday through Friday, different topics every night. That might change, but I'm going to try to at least put out a tarot reading every day now that I'll have time. So you're getting a tarot reading every day. You're getting books for kids and you, and scary stories. That's all I got for now. I'm sorry that went left, but like it's true. Like I'm in the state. I'm not dealing with it like the city is, but my towns and villages around us are getting flooded. We're not getting any financial support. The city is. Not that they don't deserve it, but there's a lot of towns like that here too. Under fucking water, and have been under fucking water for a couple more days than the city. No press, no money, no help. They lost their homes completely. You know? There's a lot more going on than you see on the fucking news is my point. And take it from someone who's here. Like, this isn't normal for New York. This isn't okay. This is 100% proof that shit is popping off. And you should be scared. I'm fucking scared. I don't get scared for things. But I know we're all gonna suffer. And I'm not special. I'm not any different than you. I'm gonna be suffering too. Because I'm one of God's people. And guess who's going to suffer the most in this evil? Because it's going to take a minute to get this evil off. And I got to stick around for a while. Because I'm actually one of the warriors. So that's another reason why I'm frustrated. Because nobody fucking listens. And now I'm going to have to watch people die. Because no one listens. I told you. I've been telling you my whole life. But I've just been called crazy. I hate being a visionary. I hate being a psychic. Because none of you fucking pay attention. I don't know why we exist. None of you believe in us. There's been legit, like Nostradamus was the biggest psychic. And you all flopped his shit and changed it after his death so that nobody could actually take the warning from it. The government silences the visionaries every motherfucking time. When I die, all my shit will be buried. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. I've seen it. This ain't my first fucking rodeo here, and I'm done hiding who I am. And every other fucking person like me, who is not really a person, this is my fucking show, okay? Everyone thinks I'm crazy. Why? Why should I have to pretend that I am like you to make you comfortable? I am not human. I don't give a fuck who don't like that. I was born in a human vessel, but I am not from here. And I'm not talking about heaven either. Heaven isn't even as old as me. Heaven is younger than me. Heaven is younger than Jesus. Jesus made heaven. Okay? So there's a whole time before any of that happened. I've been on this earth since before Jesus. I don't give a fuck who don't like that either. I'm done hiding my truth. I've been here too fucking long. I've seen it. Ancient Egypt is the same fucking shit. This is literally repeating all over again. You need another Moses to lead your people out? I don't think you deserve another Moses. Because you all grew up reading that fucking book and none of you learned a goddamn thing. You're worse than the Moses time. You're worse than ancient Egypt. People are like, what? How can you say that? They were whipping slaves. Okay, so you don't whip flesh anymore, but you beat people down way more than them. You give people a false dream, American dream, small business, retirement, healthcare, pipe dreams. You sell to your fucking slaves to get your work done. Ancient Egypt, I fucking know. I was the fucking pharaoh, asshole, doing it. That's some truth for you. I wasn't the good one. So take it from the previous fucking tyrant. You are fucking up. You are the Judas. You betrayed everything Jesus did. Us as people, me too. That's why we're being corrected. And I'm embarrassed. Like, if Jesus came down today, I could not look him in the face because I failed him. Because I listened every time someone said I'm crazy and I need to stop saying that, or they're going to commit me for speaking my fucking truth. I got hung, murdered, crucified over lifetime after lifetime after lifetime after lifetime for doing this right now. I've never been more free to be able to speak my truth, and I've never been less heard. I was more heard when I was dying than when I am free. That's why this world is going down. They made it free. They made it so free and welcoming that us as earth angels can be ourselves and do our work. And the people who praise him most, who go to church every Sunday, cast me out, throw stones at me, and call me crazy. I'm his warrior, and you don't even see it. You can't fucking see it. You deserve everything you get. I'm just going to be sitting here crying because I have worked so hard to make sure none of this happened, and it's happening. And it's all because I'm just crazy, right? Good luck out there. I'll be crazy in silence.